So, someone who never ceases to amaze me is my dad. Each and every day, he finds new ways to motivate me and to inspire me to do better, to push myself to improve, and to always strive to do my best. And the saying is definitely true that the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree when it comes to the both of us, because we're both very strong minded, very outspoken, independent natured people, and sometimes that can be a really good thing, but others not so much. We do tend to butt heads a lot, but as cliche as it sounds, I wouldn't be the woman that I am today if it weren't for my dad. He's sacrificed so much for our family, and I'm forever grateful for that. And something that might be considered a small gesture to other people is something that I've carried with me all these years. My dad, he's definitely my number one supporter. He believes in me 100%. And whenever I was in middle school and high school, I was the captain of my cheerleading team. And even though he works 50 plus hours a week, he made sure he was there cheering me on in the stands at every single football game that I ever cheered at. And that means a lot to me because he didn't have to be there. He didn't have to take off of work to make sure that he was there to watch me jump up and down cheering on a football team that his sons weren't even playing on. I think that's something amazing that most dads wouldn't do, but my dad did. It's funny, but to this day, I still think that my dad is the smartest man in the world. Whenever I need to look up something before I even go to Google, I always make sure I call my dad because I know he'll have the answer. And if he doesn't have the answer, he will literally research and spend his time learning and looking anything he needs to look up just to make sure he will give me the answer. One time when I was in high school, I was taking AP Calculus and I couldn't figure out how to do a problem. Well, I asked my dad if he knew how to do it because he's pretty good at math. And he couldn't remember because it had been years since he had taken calculus. But my dad stayed up till 2 in the morning with my textbook and with the computer looking up instructions on how to get the answer. And finally at 2 something in the morning, he figured it out and he taught it to me, and I ended up making 100 on my homework. I think that's such an amazing thing for him to do. He could have easily just said, "Oh, well, ask your teacher tomorrow." But no, he stayed there just because he didn't ever want to leave me wondering or questioning, well, what's the answer to something? I just know that my dad will do anything for our family, and he's an amazing man, and I hope that one day that I grow up to be half the mom, half the woman to my family that my dad was for our family, because he's definitely our rock, and I love him for that.